Good evening, folks. This is Ari Maccabee, and tonight we're at the Marketing and Mastery Coaching Academy, and we're in Module 3, and we're going to focus on how to cope with stress, how to deal with stress on a daily basis. Now, a while back, obviously, this touches home to me. I want you to know that up front. It really touches home with me because a while back, I got really ill because I was spending a lot of time, focused on helping everybody and sitting here at this computer, and in fact, over the last 7-8 months, I've literally gained about 55 pounds, and so now I'm in the process of trying to get it back off. I'm back in the gym, and I'm refocused, and I want to share a little bit about my experience with you guys, so you guys, get an understanding of why this is an important thing, and we're also going to cover, so you guys know a little bit about your daily activities and what you guys should be focused on, and what you should be letting go and putting down. So without further ado, I want to do one thing. I want to ask you guys a quick question, and I'm going to bring everybody out. I'm going to introduce you to everybody, but in the process, first off, I want to ask you guys to take a look and see what I have in my hand. Now, I'm not going to ask you if this is half empty or half full. Rather, I want to ask you, how heavy is this glass of water? Okay, so Dominic, do me a favor and come on out real quick and tell me how heavy you think this glass of water is.
In ounces or kilos?
In ounces.
Ounces. Let me.
Man, come
easier
on.
for me, it will be in kilos. In kilos. So let's say it will be half a kilo.
Okay. What about you, Emma? How heavy you think this glass of water is?
5 ounces, 6 ounces.
And Matthew, how about you? How heavy you think this glass of water is?
We'll go 17 ounces.
Okay. And Raffle, how heavy you think it is?
Let's say 10 ounces.
10 ounces. So guys, look, it really doesn't matter about the absolute weight. The absolute weight of it has no relevance, okay? It all depends on how long you hold it. If you hold it for a minute, it's not a problem. If you hold it for an hour, you're going to have an ache in your arm. If you hold it all day long, you're not going to just have an ache in your arm is going to be paralyzed. The weight of the glass is never going to change, but the longer you hold it, the heavier it becomes, guys. Now, the reality is, this is exactly how stress is in your life. The stresses and worries in life are like that glass of water. You got to think about them for a while, and nothing happens. You're okay. But if you think about them a little bit longer, they begin to hurt. They begin to bother you. Okay? And if you dwell on them all day long, you get paralyzed, and you're incapable of doing literally anything. So you have to remember to put the glass down. You got to remember to let it go so you guys can actually take the proper action and focus on the task at hand. Okay? Now, with that being said, I want to talk a little bit about what we do to actually relieve our daily stress, what we do in our daily routine and in our focus. So I want to start with Raffle. So Raffle, come on out real quick.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a couple key questions. Number one, do you work a full-time job plus do internet marketing, or are you just a full-time internet marketer?
Yeah, I work full-time job and internet marketing.
Okay, so what do you do for a job?
For job, I'm selling electricity, phone sale.
Okay, so it's pretty stressful. Are you stuck in a cubicle, booth, an office? How's it work?
It's in the office. I'm not stressing a lot, but yeah, you can. In the end of the day, you feel it.
You deal with it, huh? So, and then you get off, you come home, and then you start all your marketing activities, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So about how many days are you spending at work, and how many days are you spending on a computer, marketing?
I'm spending 5 days a week on my work, and I'm spending 7 days a week with internet marketing.
Okay, how many hours a day is your job taking up?
In my job, I work around 9 to 10 hours a day.
Okay.
From Monday to Friday.
And then you come home, and how many hours are you behind the computer working on internet marketing?
Each day. And on Saturday and Sundays, I have full days.
So, you know, like what are you doing though to deal with the stress? And so you sound a lot like me in the fact that I don't have any job, guys. I mean, this is my full-time job, but what do you do to basically relieve the stress while you're sitting in a chair all day at work and then you come home to do more of the same? What is it that you do to help relieve all of that stress?
Yeah. So what I'm doing, what has helped me, is that I like to read books. That take my mind off everything. Also, I like to play games like online with friends. That also take my mind off things, and watch TV series like shows. So that's
So your lifestyle sedentary like mine, man. We're going to talk about that in a minute, okay? So let's go on to the next person real quick. Matthew, come on out real quick, and let's talk about your day. Talk about you, what you do, and you know, your job. I mean, do you work a full-time job?
Yep. I work a full-time job.
Okay, so how many hours a day are you working?
A minimum of 8 every day.
Every day?
Monday to Friday.
What kind of job is it?
I'm a wastewater process operator.
Okay, so that's, you know, obviously you're up and about. You're not mobile. I mean, you're mobile, right? You're not just sitting in a chair all day, correct?
No, yep. All day walking around everywhere.
So that's good because your body's not getting stagnant, and that's a big key. That's one of the things we're going to talk about in a little bit. And you know, as far as, you know, internet marketing, how long you been in the internet marketing business?
Just over a year now.
Just over a year. And how many hours a day are you spending doing internet marketing tasks?
From the moment I wake up till the moment I sleep.
So what about work though? When you're at work, obviously you can't do it. So you come home. How many hours should I say full time are you giving to internet marketing every day?
At least 5.
At least 5. Okay. And Emma, let's
even
go.
more on the weekends.
Even more on the weekends. Good. Okay. So what are you doing though to relieve your stress?
Best one is probably just spending time with the family, but it's trying to get away from the work situation to spending it with the family.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Emma, come on out and tell us your story real quick. I know a little bit about it already, so tell us about your life and, you know, what it looks like really right now, work-wise and so on.
So I moved to Italy. I'm an expat wife. My husband's in the forces. So I've moved to Italy and I've given up at home. I was a business analyst, so I worked in a really highly pressurized job at home, but I've given that up. So I'm out here and internet marketing's pretty much taken over that. So my phone's sellotaped to me. I'm either on the computer or I'm out and about. You know, obviously everybody's looked at my Facebook profile probably and seen that I go skiing and I do go out and about, but generally I've got my phone with me. So I would say I'm full-time and extra probably on my internet marketing business. So yeah, It's pretty crazy.
What are you doing to relieve stress?
Well, in the winter I skied. I went out. Obviously, if you're at the top of the mountain, then there's not really that much phone signal, so I did get away from it a little bit then. It's a little bit more tricky in the summer because obviously if I'm by a pool or I'm on a wine walk or whatever, then I've got my phone with me. So we'll see how I handle it in the summer. That'll probably be a little bit trickier. Although I am out and about, I mean, I'm in a lucky situation. I'm living in Italy, man. Like, seriously, I can't, my situation's a little bit different to everybody else's. It's not so much me that gets stressed, it's my family that gets stressed with me because I'm constantly looking at a phone or on a laptop. So my stress is probably a little bit different because my stress comes from the family. So it's a little bit different.
I can relate to that. You know, guys, look, I think the point that Emma's trying to give you is not only in life is it a problem sometimes when you're sitting in front of your computer and you're spending all your time working, but you also have to remember to put your glass down, which is really your telephone, when you're out and about with your family. Sometimes you have to just let it go. And I know this is one of my weakest things. I mean, I was sitting in a movie today, guys, and, you know, while I'm in there, I told this guy, he kept messaging me, and I said, hey, I'm in a movie. And he kept messaging me more, and I said, I'm in a movie. And finally he messaged me again and kept on asking questions, and I finally said, hey, you're about to get blocked if you ask me another question. I told you twice already, I'm in a movie. And the reality of it is we have to make time for ourselves. We've got to make time for our families. I mean, after all, your family is your why. It's the strongest reason that you have to get up and go to work and make this extra internet money. And if you're not taking time for your family, you're not taking time for yourself, you're not winning. Okay, the reality of it is my health is much more important than me making that extra, $100 or extra $1,000. It doesn't matter, because I'm never going to have time to spend it if I don't take time for me. Now, part of the reason I wanted to do this video tonight is because I wanted people to understand, as they start to see me transition, as they start to see my schedule start to change, it's because I'm doing what I'm preaching. I'm going to take time for me. I'm going to take time to get in the gym. I'm going to take time, to still help everybody, but I'm going to close it off until like a few hours here, time for me to go to the gym, come back, shower, a few hours here, then I got my hangouts, then maybe another hour, then I sleep. And so I have a routine that will not only work for you guys, but it's going to work for me. Now, the last thing I want to cover today is I want to talk about your daily activities. Well, actually, Dominic's back now, so let's see if we can get him back on here. Dominic, you here? Unmute your mic, Dom.
Yeah?
Okay, so we got Dominic. Say your last name for me, Dominic, because I always mess it up.
Zakrzewski.
Jaskevsky. Okay, so he's over. I messed it up again. So he's over in Poland, guys. And if you don't know already, he is actually my FutureNet sponsor. And I invited him on because obviously we have people all over the globe here, and I want you to hear about their thoughts, their ideas, what they do for, to cope with their stress. So, Dom, tell everybody a little bit about your job and what your day looks like right now, obviously, because I know a little bit about your job, but go ahead and tell people what you do.
So my actual job was at movie production. I work at scenography. I build the scenography and I get requisites for the production. So we usually start in the morning to set up a stage for the whole, let's say, a movie or a commercial. And the production lasts for about 8 to 12 hours a day. Usually 3 days or 5 days a week. It depends on the production. So that's it.
So you're up, you're mobile, but it's probably a pretty hectic and stressful schedule. Am I correct?
It is, but it also depends on a production. Sometimes it's very stressful because you need to do a lot of things in short amount of time, and you need to get on a deadline. You cannot pass the schedule because everyone is waiting for you. You need to do your job on time. And right. There are productions where you have a lot of time. You got a scenario a few days before a shot. So you can get everything you need. But like I said, there are different productions.
Now, what about internet marketing? When you come home at night, you get off work, off the set, you've been there 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. You come home, do you still hop yourself in a chair, you sit out and go to work and start working on internet marketing?
Yeah, because this is both jobs are really a joy for me. I like my daily job, and I like to explore internet marketing and gain more knowledge, learn from you and other leaders. This is really exciting for me, both. So I got energy for the day, for the evening, and really I don't need a lot of sleep to rest.
So, hey, what I'm hearing from Dominic, guys, is he's got the dream lifestyle, because obviously, to have a job you love is tremendous. But then to be able to come home and do something else you also love and that's exciting to you, where you can change your life and change your income, it becomes a much more powerful situation. And that's what I'm hearing from Dom. So, let me cover a couple other quick tasks, guys. And I want to cover, I'm going to mute you real quick, Dom, but in reality, this can be a very stressful, it can also be a very fun business. Now, on my side of the scope, because we're sitting here building sales funnels, we're working on, copy, I'm dropping email, I'm working on CPA offers. I mean, I got my hands in so many different things. The reality of it is very hectic, and it can become very, very stressful. The only way to get around it is to actually take time to write your schedule out, to write your plan out, so you're not stuck in this chair 9 to 5, 9 to 9, 9 to midnight, and you're not working 15, 16 hours straight in a chair and never leaving. Guys, look, I did that. I did it for months when we first started this. And I want to tell you to learn from my mistake and don't do it. That's why I wanted to hit home with this tonight. It's the reason that I wanted to come out and talk about this hangout, and I wanted to talk about the daily activities that are very important that you guys can never miss. We talked about them a little bit on Monday with the small rocks, big rocks idea. So today we're going to just go back through this, and we're going to keep pounding this into your head so you guys understand what your big rocks are, and then what your medium-sized rocks are, and then what your small rocks are, what the sand is, what the water is, and what the glass is, because it's all one system. It's all one day, and it's what you have to do, and you got to be able to identify these clearly. So now, for some of you guys who weren't on that call, so you guys understand is, our big rocks are the things that directly make us money, and that. To me, it's the things that, like, clicking my ads at Traffic Monsoon and clicking my ads at Future Ad Pro, and then turning around and, checking my Beyond Push account, and then also turning around and checking my Future Net account, okay? Now, my medium rocks are the activities that I have to do every day, and that's the things like, setting up all my email campaigns for the week, okay, or for the day, and then turning around and setting up all my post planner activities to post to Facebook on my behalf or post to Twitter on my behalf, okay? And then the last step is to go in and do my manual post on FutureNet. Now, because it's manual, you can't go in and do 5 or 6 posts at one time. It doesn't work and it doesn't look right. You need to have your posting planned out. Now, I know Rodney the other day when he did his demonstration, he showed you how he did his post. But one thing that I noticed as I look back on the video is he's missing some very important time spots. That's when he sleeps. And here's the reality. Just because we sleep at a certain time, there's a whole nother section of the world that's wide awake that's still watching us. So when you plan your posts out, you need to make sure you're planning them on a 24-hour schedule, not on your schedule. That's an issue that's going to haunt you if you don't do it, because you want to be able to reach people. I mean, I would be totally missing, Dominic, and I'd be totally missing, Emma and Matthew and Raffle if I had never actually spent my time posting 24 hours a day. Now, don't do it the way I used to do it. Don't get up and start posting all throughout the night, because literally every time I'd go to the bathroom or I'd get up to get some water, guess what I would do? I'd check my phone and I'd start posting. And then guess what would happen? I'd get a flood of messages and I'd be up all night again. Don't do that. I want you to stick to the post planner. I want you to stick, to using Aweber, planning your posts, planning your emails. And then lastly this is the tough one, guys. This is the tough one. Now we're talking about small rocks. The small rocks are really the little activities that really are going to make you grow and make you become an authority figure. It's probably the most important task out there, because it's you helping people. It's you showing people the steps. It's showing people how to place a banner ad on Traffic Monsoon, showing people how to place an ad on Future Ad Pro, showing people how to set up their profile on any and all of these programs, how to pay money and buy ad packs, how to buy an investment pack, how to do anything and everything, set up a sales funnel. All of these little activities, you need to plan them and schedule them. Now, here's a trick, okay? If you want to get past your stress point, again, whenever you have somebody that comes in and you're continually getting asked over and over the same question, I'm going to give you a free hint. Make a video. Okay, listen to what I just said again. When you get asked the same question over and over and you get bombarded with it, do yourself a favor and make a video, because that video is your answer for all these questions. It will cut down on the questions that you're being asked and allow you to go live the life and live the dream that you signed up for. And that, I know, my dear friends, is the reason why you got into internet marketing, was to create a sideline income or replace your full-time income so you could live life in your terms. You're never going to get that if you don't automate your life and automate your business. So it's all part of the stress management package. It's all part of the small rocks, big rocks. You guys have to figure all of these little things out. So I want to bring Raffle back out. Raffle, I want you to go ahead and cover and tell people in your eyes, just so they can hear it from somebody else besides me, What are your your big rocks? What are your medium-sized rocks? Your small rocks? What's your activities look like throughout the day? You there, Raffle? Hey, okay. So Matthew, are you there? Huh. So in any case, guys, I think we're having some technical difficulties, but you know, Emma, are you here? Okay, go ahead, and Emma, come on out real quick. Okay, come on out. I think Raffle's having a little technical difficulty, so go ahead and tell me about your day, what your big rocks are, what your medium-sized rocks, your small rocks. Let's talk about your daily activities. What's important to you?
Yeah, a bit like you. I go first thing in the morning and probably last night. I do my ads in Traffic Monsoon and in Future Pro. Write some emails. Always make sure that I'm writing my posts for my social media. That's obviously quite important to me because it's a big part of my, big part of my business. So I make sure that those are scheduled properly. So that's really the big things for me. And then the smaller rocks, like you say, looking at hand. I also try to help the guys in the group as well. I know that you guys are under a lot of pressure, so that's kind of the smaller rocks for me. So those are the things really that construct my business and make my day and make it tick. So as long as those things are covered, those are the things that are the most important for me.
So let me ask you a quick question. On a daily basis, or not maybe even on a daily basis, but since we started this, what are the questions that you personally keep getting bombarded with over and over again so people are ready for these questions?
How do I build my Facebook profile? How do I build value in my profile? How do I get leads? Where do I buy traffic from? How much traffic do I buy? How important is traffic? How do I construct emails? All the things that we all get asked on a regular basis. So I think my next big thing as a marketer, I'm quite comfortable with the Facebook side of it now, and I know I've had this discussion with you guys. My next big challenge is overcoming the videos and making sure that I make some videos and put some content. That's my next personal challenge. So I need to be working on a YouTube channel, and I know I've been looking in the Traffic University at some Bill stuff, and I've been talking to so that's my next personal challenge is to move me on as a marketer. So
that's awesome.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, guys. Now, if you don't know, okay, in our Facebook groups, I don't care what group you're in. I think I've tried to put it in every single one of them. I've put the 29 Steps Handbook. Now, if you guys haven't followed that to set up your Facebook and your FutureNet profiles, you want to make sure you do it because you want to separate yourself from the average person and the professional marketer. You want to be on this side of the fence, guys. If you are over on this side, chances are you're going to have a lot of people that you're going to friend request that are just going to deny you. Now, point made. If you've sent me a friend request and I've denied you, or I've just deleted it and not accepted it, and then you go back to check and see if I'm your friend yet, and you realize there's not even a friend request anymore, it's because I've deleted it. Why? Well, there was no value in your page for me, and that's just me being honest with you. So sometimes it hurts, to hear things like this, but the reality of it is it's your job to clean up your page. You have to create value on your page to attract somebody like myself or somebody like Big or, somebody like, Mark or Steve or anybody. We want to friend like-minded people, and if I don't see like-minded stuff on your page or I see a fake picture or no picture, I mean, guys, there's just no value in that profile, and then worst part is I see somebody that's got no profile picture and got 35 friends and they're Facebook friending me. You might want to start by sending me a message and trying to chat with me because I will answer, just so you know, and that's something else I encourage you guys. When you guys get hit with questions from people, even if you're not your people, don't just send them back to their sponsor. Build rapport and build a friend for life, because you're going to find out there are a lot of sponsors out there that just sign people up, take the money, and then they don't ever help anybody. And the reality of it is those people will end up following you. So if you want to build a following, you want to be successful, Be the ultimate helper. Okay, I'm going to keep preaching this. I'm going to keep pounding this over and over again. Raffle, you back now where I can hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you, buddy. So talk to me about your small rocks and your big rocks. What are your big rocks and your daily activities that make you money every day?
Yeah, so what I'm doing that each Sundays, my weekend or the work week starts at Sunday. So I schedule my full plan for the weekend, what I'm going to do when. That's the first thing I'm doing. So when I'm going to click ads and stuff like that. And then I start my day. I'm waking up. I going through my goals. Goals is something that is important for me, so I read through them. I then click my 10 ads as required on the Traffic Monsoon platform. I then go to work for the 9-10 hours, come home. The first thing I'm doing when I come home, I spend a bit time with my girlfriend, taking dinner, and then I get back to work with internet marketing. I start up with training. That's something that I like to do to get my head back in the game with internet marketing. That's when I'm looking past Hangouts that have been done today and just go through that. So I get my knowledge up again, and then I start producing videos and taking Skype calls with my teammates.
Yeah, so look, guys, here's the reality. He just hit something that we haven't brought up yet, and that's the training factor. Okay, look, in reality, I've already told you, your big rocks are the things that make you money, like you're clicking your ads. Your medium rocks are like your email and scheduling your posts and so on and so forth. And then you have your small rocks. Your small rocks, guys, are the helping people. But guess what? There's this thing called sand. Now, sand is the learning. It's the whole thing that actually gels all the rock together. And if you don't have the knowledge and the education and that noggin God gave you, then you're lacking. So you have to spend time, watching videos like this, and spend time in Automated Wealth Network, actually watching the training videos. I know Raffle's in there as well, and he'll tell you the content in there is highly valuable. The knowledge that they're giving you, it's highly valuable. Does it cost you your time? Yes. You're trading time for knowledge. Now, keep in mind, you can't get your time back, but you're going to educate yourself if you take it seriously and take good notes. That knowledge is always going to remain with you, so you're never going to have to reinvest your time to pick up the same skills if you actually apply yourself. So you have to take time to learn. You have to take time to retain. It's very, very important that in the manner that you assimilate, knowledge in, and the manner that you put it into play, it's through practice and repetition, guys. Look, nobody's listened to a tape and then all of a sudden got up and just went out and did something perfect the first time. People learn something, they try it, they fail, they learn what was wrong, and then they redo it and they get it right, and then they keep doing it, and through repetition they get better and smoother and faster and quicker at it, and that's what you have to do. So I applaud you for bringing that up, Raffle. Matthew, what's your day look like? What's your big rocks, medium rocks, small rocks? What are the things that you do every day?
Yeah, pretty much same as everyone else. Got to make sure you do my clicks on Traffic Monsoon, same with FutureNet. And then it's going back through everything else. So it's just such busy. So you got to obviously go through, promote to people. I just spend hours doing mess going through your inbox. It's never ending.
So let me ask you a quick question. How do you find your leads? Like, what's happening on Facebook? I mean, are you using Facebook for a marketing system, or are you using it for social system? I mean, are you getting leads from Facebook?
Yeah, definitely. That's building your Facebook is a big key part of it. It's about making it look professional, but as well as making it look real. Because you've got people that sign up to this, and your friends say for 1,000 are going to go down to 500 because people don't want to see that every day.
That's right, man. That's exactly right. You've got to add real content, guys. Value. You've got to add videos like this. Tell your life story. Show people who you are and what's going on in your life so people know you're a real person. I mean, you really hit that on the head. As far as, what are you doing like for posts on Facebook, Matthew, to market your business?
What I try to tend to do is I try to do one business, one complete random, like my hobbies are sports, so football mainly. And then I'll have another one that's probably personal, so whether it be about my child or my partner, and then another one business. And I'll just try and keep some form of cycle to keep, like you say, make my Facebook look real.
That's it, man. That's it, guys. I mean, you know, what we're talking about really is just, you know, a lot of it is common sense, but a lot of people lack this, you know, this concept. You know, when they're marketing something, everything's got to be a fire sale. And look, I'm going to tell you up front, you can market as a fire sale, and I believe me, you're going to get a lot of great people and a lot of activity. But if you do that every single time, nobody's going to take it serious. So you've got to find different venues and different methods on how to market stuff. And, you know, we try stuff, you know, as marketers. I mean, hell, when we started FutureNet, to be upfront with you, I sent out an email, you know, hey, I updated my contact information. If you're able to drive me here, I put out my link in it, and guess what happened? I got 400 some freaking signups. You have to experiment with the things that you're doing. These are all part of your daily activities and your focus. And keep in mind, guys, today's topic is stress management. We're trying to keep you stress-free so you can focus on the task at hand. And now on this side of the call, we're actually talking about the activities that you guys need to do. And there's a lot of different things out there. I mean, you know, I know some guys do drop cards, and some guys do email, and some guys do direct mail. And you know something? I'm going to tell you up front, all of it works because I've done it all. So, you know, whatever you want to be the king or the queen of, and you want to be a specialist in and major in, that's what you need to do. You need to pick something that's your focal point. You know, I know Dom, come back out here real quick for me for a minute, man, because he's over in the movie biz, you know, in Poland, and I saw some of your video work. Your video work's pretty hot. So talk to these guys a little bit about video, because I know people keep asking. I know Emma brought it up earlier.
Regarding videos? Regarding my job?
Yeah. So what kind of tools do you use for video?
Mainly it's Camtasia, but I'm also learning it. I cannot tell you much. You know, I'm watching YouTube videos.
Okay.
For some tips and etc. I don't know, guys, what's happening. I hear a strange echo. Oh, now it's gone. Now it's okay.
Yeah. So guys, look, check it out. What he just said. I want you to write this down, okay? Because I know a lot of you keeps messing up. You keep coming and just asking people questions. The first time you got a question, you should go right to our group and post that question in it. Because if you come directly to us and ask the question to us over and over again, what's happening is you're slowing us down from putting out more content and more things to help you. Okay, you're slowing us down on building funnels and new capture pages and coming up with the copy and all the things that you guys really need. So I would much rather help the masses than one person with a simple question. So what we've done is we've told you guys to go in and post your question in a group first. Type it out. Put it in a group. Find out if you can get your answer there. If you can't get your answer there, okay, and that doesn't mean, let me cover one other thing. It doesn't mean you guys can just go into the group and just ask questions, because the first thing before you even type it is you should actually go up and hit the little search function and type in what you're looking for with like a 1 or 2 word phrase and see if it's already there. Like I was hit up on the, you know, how to buy ad packs, you know, in FutureNet. Well, stop being lazy. Go in and type in, you know, ad packs or upgrade. You're going to find it, guys, because there's a video there. We've done it. And it's really frustrating when you get hit up for these same questions and you've already made a video. And, you know, I'm nice. I don't want to explode on you guys, but at the same time, I need you guys to look in the group first, then post a question in the group first, and then if you can't find it, go over to YouTube real quick and just Google and see if it's there. Okay, do the little Google search on YouTube, see if it's there. If it's not there, then feel free to come ask me if I'm your sponsor. If not, go ask your sponsor, then come ask me if your sponsor doesn't know. Okay, same thing applies to any of the leaders. This would be the proper format that you guys are doing. It'll help keep us stress-free so we can keep plugging and keep working and moving forward to help you guys. Now, Dominic obviously said he's using Camtasia. I want you to write that down because that's a great piece of software. I know it costs about $400. Is that right? About $400 or $300? So a $300 piece of software, guys, to learn how to do high-quality video editing.
It's worth it.
Yeah, and I know Sean, I wish Sean actually would be on here, but I'm sure next week he'll probably be on a hangout with Big to cover a little bit about the video marketing, because I know Big's going to be covering that. He makes some awesome videos, guys. He's, you know, got some of the highest quality videos for a guy that's new to internet marketing, but he's not new to video marketing. So listen to what he's saying. You know, I hope you guys got some value out of today's call. You know, this was just quick, off the cuff, just something I told you would be a 30 to 45 minute call. Well, we've hit it. We've done our 30 to 45 minutes. I hope you guys have realized, you know, it's not all about a half empty or half full glass. Sometimes the weight of the glass matters, because it matters depending on how long you're hanging on to it. So I don't care what's bugging you in life. I don't care, you know, if you're just trying to learn something brand new, you can't keep your butt in this chair all day. What has to happen, guys, is look, you look at life like, you know, when you were a kid and you were going to school, okay? When you went to school, you did a 45, you know, to 50-minute, you know, session basically in a classroom, and then they had a 10-minute break, and that got your butt up out of the chair, and guess what happened? It got you mobile. And then you went back for another 50 minutes into class, and then another 15-minute break. Well, guess what? I'm telling you right here, right now, that's exactly what should be happening. You should never keep your butt in this chair for more than 50 minutes out of every hour. And I'm not just telling you that. Doctors told me that. So please don't just be the person like I was that's just sitting here all the time, focusing, waiting on somebody to ask a question. Take time for you, okay? Take time for your family. Take time for your why. The money's going to be here, guys. It's going to happen. But if you're not going to be healthy enough to spend it if you don't manage your stress and manage your daily activities. That's all I got for you. Everybody come on out and say goodbye. I really appreciate you guys being on today, but thank you guys, and we'll see you at the top.
See you later.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you. See you.
See you.
Next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, Barry.